Welcome back to another episode of Coffee with Mo. Today we're going to be talking about immunity and the importance of keeping a strong and healthy immune system. So let's get to it. So why do we need to focus on immunity? Why is immunity very important to everything else around us? And what is the relation of COVID-19 and our immune system? Let's get right into the questions. The first things first is you need to know the reason why people get sick is because they have a weaker immune system than others. Now, in relation to COVID-19, we have witnessed a global pandemic that has affected the lives of everyone really around us, whether it was mentally, physically, emotionally, and all other aspects of our lives. So we need to really focus on the matter itself. In the immune system is the number one key element we really need to focus on. And where does that actually come from? And why do we need to really focus on that more than anything else around us? Health obviously starts from within, okay? And if you have an unhealthy body, the chances of you contracting a disease from the outside is very likely. So concentrate on the internal environment and keep that steady and active and healthy as much as you possibly can. Vitamins fall under the uptake of the vitamins itself. When you take vitamins, they get converted inside the body and used up. Minerals, however, fall under the elements whereby you take them and they can already be used without the need of a conversion. So essentially what happens is the metabolic system wouldn't have to work as hard when taking minerals, whereas when it takes vitamins, it slightly has to work a little bit harder, and then you basically get a little bit of a heated system. And then so it's just about the conversion rate. Essentially they're all the same, they all fall under the same family. They obviously fall under a big group that are basically immune boosters and can help with preventing you from outside illnesses, diseases, also various other inflammatory diseases, as well as infectious disease. Things like bacteria, viruses, and whatnot. Vitamin D, as everyone knows it, is the sunlight vitamin. Now, it is crucially important in the absorption of calcium and phosphorus. So it helps the body obviously sustain itself from developing strong bones and teeth, and as well as keeping a strong immune system through the functions and the chemical reactions inside the body. So I urge a lot of people to take a dose of vitamin D, preferably a high one. Moving on to the second vitamin, I would suggest people take vitamin B complex. Now, the vitamin B complex in itself is used to adjust energy levels and keep the metabolic rate as active as possible. Now, obviously this plays a vital role in the immune system. Why do we say that? Because when chemical reactions happen inside the body, you have a various level of heat being produced inside that could create a certain way of movement of energy. Now, this energy shifts up and down, sideways, all around the body, and it can create energy levels that can basically soar through the roof, and you can be healthy. Your muscle levels would become adequate in their energy uptake, and mostly it's used for athletes and people who are very active in their lifestyles. So I would really urge people to take another dose of vitamin B complex. For a lot of vegans out there, vitamin B12 is the number one vitamin that they lack. So I would urge a lot of vegans to actually take vitamin B complex and keep themselves very aware of what they also need to take, because the vegan diet is very various now. There's a lot of vegan options you can take. However, it's not very balanced in the food outside, so we need to balance it through the uptake of various other minerals and vitamins outside. Another key factor as well is, I was reading this article and it said to increase the uptake of vitamin B12, one would have to basically get down and dirty. How do we do that? You need to exercise basically in the mud. Why does that help? Because when you're exercising in the mud, the absorption of all the nutrients inside the soil would be transferred into your skin, and that skin would uptake it inside the body, and obviously all the good nutrients and the good stuff would help increase the levels of vitamin B12 and obviously help you get stronger, healthier, fitter and whatnot. Next up we have zinc. Zinc is an extremely important nutrient. Now, zinc obviously helps with the absorption of a lot of minerals and from your diet. So whatever you take in, it would help with that. It is particularly important in the recovery of your taste and smell senses. So again, with COVID-19, that is a very, very important thing to consider. You know, you keep yourself very sharp internally with your senses. So really do take up some zinc minerals. That would really, really help you throughout your whole processes and your internal environment, as well as a key factor of zinc. It would help with regulating metabolic functions. So it does that through, you know, the increase in senses basically throughout your whole body, and your ability to actually feel, taste, smell. It would help that too. Moving on to the next one, which is magnesium. Magnesium is also particularly important. It allows muscular movement to go on adequately and improve muscular movement and muscular contractions throughout the day. So for a lot of people who I would say experience muscular spasms, or you know, people who sit at the desk far too long during the day, I would really suggest you take magnesium, as it can really help vitalize your internal organs and your whole muscular system and keep you energized and, you know, healthy. So take it. Speaking about this whole pandemic, you know, the relation between the keeping a strong immune system and COVID-19, there is a big relation. Now, the reason why I say this is because a lot of people don't really care much about their immune system. I would say they don't really care much about their health. So they would eat a lot of junk food, they would drink a lot of alcohol, especially when, you know, you're under lockdown and whatnot, you're not really as active as you are. Although we are seeing a difference in people, you know, keep an eye out on their activity levels, but still we need to urge that a bit more. So the immunity relation with COVID-19 is a very, very important relation, because when you see the immunity level being high, the ability to, even when you actually contract the virus, you're able to recover very quickly. And so when you spread this awareness across to various groups of people, they become able to actually consider what to take in, what to keep up with, how to keep their energy levels up, and various other ways to actually keep themselves consumed with, and to keep you know, active and healthy throughout the whole process. I am a pharmaceutical formulation scientist, and I've worked for ages in the areas of vitamin and mineral processing and formulating and whatnot, and I've worked with patients in that regard as well. Basically, there are a lot of fake supplements out there, basically the governments and the FDA and the MHRA, all these governing bodies don't actually regulate supplements simply because they're labeled as a food supplement. So I would say if you're really looking to purchase something good, purchase a reputable brand, something that don't just go with the looks of how a jar looks or whatever it's made of or what it says on the label. Go with something that is a bit more reputable, has a lot of good reviews around it, people have actually seen benefits from it, because there's a lot of companies out there that just like to sell and don't really have a good product in there with them. And so be very careful. I would say essentially do your research when taking vitamins and minerals, because they are just as important as taking a healthy meal. So yeah, keep it up. That concludes this beautiful session with Mo, and I basically ask you again to please like, share and subscribe, and let us grow and help you more with everything you need. So I'll see you guys on the other side. Let's go.